Hey guys, it's Tony here, and welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews. And I'd like to welcome you all to my very first episode of TTBurger Game Reviews of the year 2019. And what a way to kick things off by talking about a bad platformer that had the potential to be good, but everything just fell to the wayside. And it's a shame too, because this game and character was like marketed all over the place and advertised all over the place, and you think with all the advertisements and stuff would help the game, but unfortunately it does not. For today's episode, we're going to be looking at Blasto on the PlayStation, released in North America in March 31st of 1998 and August 1st the same year in Europe by Sony Computer Entertainment and Sony Computer Entertainment America. Now, when I first heard about Blasto, I literally thought I was going to like this game because all the advertisements and everything made it look like it was going to be the next best 3D platformer that was going to be like Sony's mascot, the new Sony mascot and stuff, and he was voiced by the late actor from Canada, Phil Hartman, and I literally thought that this game was going to be great, but unfortunately, sadly, this game really could have had a lot of these problems ironed out. Now, where to begin? Let's talk about the story. Now, the story takes place on the planet Uranus, where the evil alien tyrant named Bosk, who sounds like Eric Cartman from South Park, is attempting with his own army to invade and destroy Uranus and Earth at the same time. And he has a bunch of army and alien armies capturing and enslaving babes throughout the galaxy. Thus, it's up for Captain Blasto, aka Blasto, to stop his evil ambitions and rescue the babes and just save the galaxy, especially Uranus and Earth. And that's pretty much the story. The story is great. I like the story. And the cutscenes that the game presents you with look great, although the mouth movement on the characters looks pretty stupid looking and silly. I'm not going to fault it for that, but like, if you look at how much care and effort went into these cutscenes, it just only gives you the false impression that the rest of the game is great. I mean, like, the graphics on a whole look okay. I mean, like, the backgrounds may look a little bit bland, but the character models and everything like that look great. I mean, Blasto looks awesome. I mean, he looks like he could be a Marvel character or a DC character. I mean, look how much care and effort went into the graphics. I mean, this is definitely one of the best PlayStation 1 games to date, and it's just a shame that graphics alone do not save the game because, yeah, the gameplay is bad. But I'll get to that later. Sound is awesome. I mean, like, the voice acting is pretty good. I mean, like, Phil Hartman voices Captain Blasto. Like I said, he does a fantastic job. I'm not sure who voices Bosk, but you'll agree that if you play this game, he sounds very similar to Eric Cartman from South Park. And the music is pretty good. Like, I didn't really care much for the music. I mean, I didn't hate the music. But I still thought it was okay. But just that, like, I'm talking about a lot of positives here, but now we're gonna get into the gameplay here, which is the worst part. There's like you see here, it's a 3D platformer and shooter, and we've seen a lot of these before, and they work well. But you're probably wondering, what is the problem with Blasto here? Well, it's just the fact that Blasto is very weak in the game. He moves way too slow. There's no auto aim when you're shooting your blaster or anything like that, so you're pretty much vulnerable and very weak. And the enemy AI is very tough. Those shoot-throughs, you know, a lot of reviewers have pointed this out, so I'm gonna point it out too. They can shoot through objects. They can move around and miss your attacks, and they'll be spot on attacking you, and you're just very vulnerable, and Blasto though is not very strong against it because he doesn't have a lot of health that lasts very long. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of health power-ups and weapon power-ups and stuff, but it's just, you're pretty much vulnerable. You can't defend yourself at all. You have no shield to block the attacks. You just have to take it in and just get attacked. And like, when controlling Blasto is like controlling a huge semi-truck that's sliding around on a sheet of ice. He moves like way too slow, like I said, and he's very slippery too, like when you're strafing and stuff. It's just very hard to control him at times, and it results in a lot of deaths. Jumping is the worst part of the game. You'll miss jumps that you won't think you missed. You'll think you're spot on, and you'll just fall. You'll just fall, and like sometimes the jump button won't even work. And I literally thought my controller was broken, but like I used a regular controller and an analog controller, and they both had the same results. And there are 13 episodes. I was only able to make it up to episode 3 because that's when I just like called it quits because it was way too frustrating and stuff because like the first 2 levels are fine, but then the third level, from what I heard, the third episode and up, is like so big and so wide and open that it's easy to get lost, and you have to find pieces of the map to find where you are, but even then the map doesn't really help out much. And another problem is that like the save points. You don't save after each episode. Yeah, I'm calling the episode levels because that's what they're called, episodes. You don't save after each episode. You find save points scattered throughout each episode, and I don't know why they couldn't just include a save point or a save feature to save at the end of each level. You know how, episode ever. You know how better that would have been? It would have made the game less frustrating. And basically, like, you don't even have to save all the space babes to beat the level. You're not even gonna want to. Why? Simple, because a lot of these space babes are in areas that are very hard to reach, too high to reach, and you end up killing yourself in the game because you're not gonna be able to know what to do. And like, it's just a lot of potential went into it. I know that there was a lot of potential went into this game. And this game was actually being made since 1995 actually, but it was delayed for 3 years, which I don't know why. But it's just a shame that you take an interesting character and throw them into this game. I mean, like, I'm sorry, but it's just you basically just got sick of the game. I mean, the graphics are great, the sound is great, and the storyline is great too, but it's just the gameplay that kills the game for me. It's not the worst game I ever played, but it's a very, very frustrating game. And sadly, Blasto has not been seen in any other games. And I know that he was supposed to be the next mascot for Sony and stuff from what I've heard and stuff, but sadly, due to this game, that wasn't the case at all, and Crash Bandicoot was still the Sony mascot for the time, which I love Crash Bandicoot, of course, but just that, imagine if Blasto would have became the next Sony mascot. It would have been cool. So what's my verdict here on this? Well, hate to say this, I thought I was gonna like this game, but unfortunately I did not. I mean, Blasto had a lot of potential going for it with a great story and everything like that, but it just fails. I'm not going to be giving it a low rating, not the lowest rating ever, but it's going to be getting a somewhat low rating. Kind of a mediocre rating of a 5.5 out of 10. That's the best score I can give it. And I'm sorry to say this to people who like this game. Hey, I respect your opinion, but those of you who are looking for a great platformer with a cool character, look elsewhere, because while Blasto is a cool character, sadly the game just doesn't do it. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace out. Have a great day. Stay tuned. There's more on the way. And before I go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like button, comment down below, and be sure to join my Discord group called TTBurger Gamers United if you want to chat with me and some of my friends and stuff on there. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace out.